Welcome to the Mind of Business Success podcast. I'm your host, Alicia Cramer. Our guest today is Lei Wang. She's a business coach, and we're going to talk about all of our favorite stuff, business and mindset. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Alicia.
All right, so let's start by talking a little bit about what you do in your business, so our listeners have a really great frame of reference for who is this person that we're going to be listening to for the next 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, so my background can be quite complicated or diverse or long-winding, so I'll give a very quick version. I started in the corporate as an IT and a finance professional. My educational background was in computer science and MBA in finance marketing, and I worked in New York, Boston, Seattle in the technology and in banking industry for many years. However, my career path was not a normal one. That in 2004, I had a daydream that I want to actually go climb mountains. And not just any mountain, I want to go climb Mount Everest. And before that, I was a book nerd, corporate ladder climber, well educated. All I cared about the study and the work, not someone who ran around doing sports things, not that kind of kid. So I had this daydream that I want to go climb a mountain because I want to become healthier. I need to work on my health. And from there, everything just went much further away from the original point that by 2010, I climbed the highest mountains on each of the 7 continents and skied to the North Pole and the South Pole, became the first Asian woman to climb the 7 summits and ski to both poles. And that put me as the number 4 women in the world to complete that, which is called Explorers Grand Slam. So you can imagine my career tracks of the technology and the finance in corporate totally derailed. So from there on, I became an author, became a motivational speaker, and became a coach. I worked a lot with executives in corporate. And then I also leveraged my experience in the corporate, in the technology, in the finance to become a business coach. So that's why I am today. A lot of things all on me.
Well, it is a really, really cool story. There are probably a lot of people who will just straightforward say, I am never going to pursue climbing any mountain, much less, all of them, and certainly not Mount Everest. So you've tackled some really, really incredible things, which is a testament to your inner strength. And I think that is a super fun way to kind of kick off this episode.
Thank you.
When we're talking about business, a lot of times people have a desire to do something, whether they know they just want to do their own thing and they're not entirely sure what that is, or they know the thing that is the thing that makes them really just passionate and inspired. But business skills are not taught in conventional school. And certainly if you do go to college and you get an MBA, a lot of times those skill sets are valuable, but a little bit different than sort of the school of hard knocks actually growing a business.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk a little bit about that from your perspective as a business coach, because we've got a whole bunch of business owners that are listening right now that are at all different stages. And I can pretty much guarantee that whether you are in the startup phase, you've been in business for maybe a few years, and you might even be, generating 6 figures in your business, or you have created something that is so much bigger than just yourself. And now you are operating as the CEO of your company. Pretty much everyone is probably nodding their head in agreement that it's a bit different than what they maybe originally had expected. So what are your thoughts on the business journey?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a line saying life is when you is what happens after you made all the plan. Then something just don't go as you planned. And as you mentioned, yes, we can go to school to learn all the business strategy, do all the case study. You have a well laid out plan and you have the motivation, determination, whatever quality it takes. But reality is reality. Nothing will go as planned. So it's always how do you adapt yourself along this journey? That you, one side, you need to be very determined. This is my dream, this is my vision. I'm going to follow through. I'm not going to give up. On the other side, you have to be flexible. This is my strategy, this is my plan. But if something change, I need to adapt. I need to shift directions, change my tactics, or change my pace, or there's a lot of things. You have to be willing to be flexible in the execution. So it's you have to be balanced between when you're going to get around something or tactically even give up on something, change something. On the other side, you have to keep your long-term vision, your dream in mind, knowing no matter how much setback you suffer or how slow you might have to go or how you're derailed from your plan, you still have to keep going for the long term.
So here we are, and we're talking about things that are really, really practical things. And yet there tends to be a lot of emotion in this pivoting and encountering setbacks. Now, how much do you feel mindset plays into a business owner's ability to be able to shift and pivot and stay the course when encountering those challenges?
That's a great question. If like for anyone who ever even invested in stock market, you know, you have all the theory, okay, buy low, sell high, buy at the best timing, hold for the, but when come to the market shift, your emotional reaction will be panicking, you'll be insecure, and you're going to make the wrong decisions. So emotional intelligence is super critical in executing anything in business, in life, in leadership, running a company, running business, running your own life, your own family. So definitely we can have all the rational plans, but we are human. There's a moment we'll be stressed out, we'll be panicking, we'll have emotional overreactions. So that happens. And I think the one way to counterbalance that is, one is to have a team that can balance out different kind of personality, different styles. People have different voices. Call out, hey, I see a different side. Don't be panicking just by seeing this side, or have a different approach. Don't think this is dead end. And another extremely helpful thing to have is to outside voice, especially like a coach who have your best interest in their heart and can see from a different angle and doing everything they can to protect you, to guide you. So I wouldn't be able to say anything going to be perfect, even you have every perfect team, perfect coach and everything. Things still can go out of whack, but that will be better in terms of risk management and a better chance for success. And that will give you the best chance to last for long, stay on the course.
So true. So true. Well, I have to ask, because I'm curious, and I ask all of my guests this question about your own mindset journey. So clearly you have a lot of tenacity and self-discipline and belief in yourself, or you would not have accomplished all of the incredible things that you've accomplished. But even those of us who have these incredible traits, right? We still have plenty of not so great beliefs and fears and doubts and insecurities and all this stuff. So I'd love for you to share with us maybe one mindset obstacle that you personally had to overcome to get to where you are today.
Totally. I have many all the normal mindset obstacle because I'm a human being. Like what I guide my clients through, a lot of time like, I'm guiding my clients through that. How come I'm feeling the same thing? Like for example, fears of making the first step, fears of achieving something big, having confidence, who am I going to do this? Who am I set this high goal? I help my client do that, but at the same time, I have that too, because we're human beings. So when I see that, I can observe myself because I'm more used to seeing that in other people. I'm also very keen on observing myself and catch me, you just told other people, do this, don't be afraid of this, or try this. How come yourself take so long to make this first step? Why are you procrastinating? Why are you not confident making that step? So I would try to coach myself out of that, or I can talk through that with my coach, because as we know, every successful person behind them, there's another coach. So I definitely encourage everyone, no matter how successful you are, you still need to have a coach. So I have many different coaches behind me, helping me through all kinds of stuff. Something should be trivial, I could handle myself, but it's so much easier when you have someone stand behind you to be your mountain, be your back behind you, and life can go much, much easier.
It is interesting. We see all over professional athletes have coaches, and the best of the best usually have more than one coach. And yet there are a lot of business owners who still haven't quite identified the value of coaching and are still going it alone in many cases. And occasionally I'll have someone reach out to me who's been in business for 20, 30 years already. And maybe, 10, 15 years ago, they read Think and Grow Rich one time. And now they're at the place where they're finally ready to step up to a new higher level of themselves. And it's not uncommon for someone to say something like, well, partially, I feel like I lost so much time. But why did I wait so long?
Yeah, like a lot of people, when they started coaching, getting coached, a lot of times they say, why I didn't start it earlier? Because now things go so much faster. I wish I know the secret much earlier. And I think a lot of things holding people back from seeking out coaching help is, one, they think they know everything, and two, they don't think anyone else can help them because everyone's challenge is different. So they just didn't know actually how coaching can help them. So for that, I would encourage people, just doesn't hurt to give it a try, because I bet you probably do the same thing. We always offer people a free consultation or free opportunity to have a conversation, to experience a little bit, no risk. Then you can decide. So instead of saying no too early to yourself, just go explore that. Life is all about exploring opportunities. If you don't try, yeah, you're probably not going to lose money on that. You're probably not going to fail on that decision, but you probably miss out a lot of opportunities, and you're going to for sure miss out your success.
So this is the perfect time for me to ask you how our listeners can get in contact with you.
Yeah, thank you. So please go to my website, journeywithlei.com. That is Lei spelled Lei, journeywithlei.com, or you can email me at lei@journeywithlei.com. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Now, one final question. So I'd love for you to sort of feel into this one, and maybe something is just intuitively going to pop up for you. But what do you feel our listeners most need to hear right now?
They need to have that confidence, because a lot of time people come to me, they lack of confidence in one way or another. Sometimes it's I'm not sure if I can run the business. And another confidence is confidence in the coach, because a lot of people I know, they have been seeking coaching help for a long time. They have been bouncing between different strategies, different ideas for a long time. The reason they didn't go anywhere, they're still spinning in the spot, is because they didn't fully believe either of the strategy going to work, or they don't fully believe in their coach. Then they're not fully committed, not putting in their full effort. Then, of course, nothing's going to work. So have a leap, have a faith, take a leap of faith, take a chance on something. You'll be excited to discover what is the new door that's opening up for you, and the world will be different.
Beautiful. And a great way to end this segment. I want to thank you so much, Lei, for being with us. It is very inspirational to hear about everything that you have accomplished and everything that you are doing personally and professionally. And I'm really grateful that you were able to take some time and to share all of that with us today.
Thank you so much.
And of course, I've got to thank all of our listeners. If you have not already subscribed, please make sure you do so. And until next time, we will see you in the next episode.